Hi, so today we are going to be doing the first of what will hopefully be many wrap-ups in my season of library books. So I've got I didn't even count these, let me count these. So I've got 16 books that I have read so far this month, which is, we're now on day 19 of the month. Um, and I call that pretty good. Some of them are graphic novels, some of them were quite short, but I have to take them back to the library now. So first off this month, I read the Lock and Key graphic novel series by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. So that is Welcome to Lovecraft, Head Games, Crown of Shadows, Keys to the Kingdom, Clockworks, and Alpha and Omega. Oh, these are heavy. So these are like a horror fantasy thing graphic novel. It's really hard to describe. They are mature content stuff, and essentially they follow a family whose father has been brutally murdered, and so they get sent or go back to their father's house where he grew up to live with their uncle. And essentially, they find a bunch of keys that do crazy shit. And that is the story. There is a whole 6 volumes of crazy. But this series was so good. The first book and then the last 2, I think, I gave 5 stars, and the rest I gave 4 stars. Only because the first one, brutal murders interest me for some reason, and the last 2 had a lot of backstory and resolution, which I liked a lot more than some of the just filler crazy stuff. But this series, good, great. If you're of a mature enough age to deal with brutal murders and some swearing, read it. Then next off, I read Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first in a series of which you'll see a bunch more coming up soon. I gave this book 4.5 stars. Essentially, it's about a girl who is an assassin who has been in prison, kind of, at a labor camp, and she gets picked to be in a competition to become the king's champion. And essentially, Selena Sardothien is the most badass character ever. And that's all you need to know about this series, because amazing. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars only because at the start I found it a little bit hard to deal with the writing style, but then it grew on me. So it lost a half star for that, but otherwise I loved this. And then next I read Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler and Mayra Kalman. I thought that was an O, but it's not, it's an A. Mayra Kalman. This book is essentially a letter from a girl called Min to her ex-boyfriend Ed, detailing their relationship and why they broke up. And it is interspersed with these pictures of different items she's using to explain their relationship. And it's just, so good. Also 5 out of 5 stars. Just, such an accurate representation of teen angst. Teen angst can be done silly. This was good teen angst. And I loved it. Then, of course, I was using that book as a break between the books in the Throne of Glass series, because I can't deal with marathoning a series for some reason. So then next I read The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, which is the collection of prequel novellas for Throne of Glass. And I read these alongside also reading 3 short scenes from the Throne of Glass series, which is The Captain and the Prince, The Assassin and the Princess, and The Assassin and the Captain, all of which I gave 3.54 stars just because they were short stories. But this I gave 5 stars because I love Sam. I just really love Sam. And this made me feel all the feels. And I just... If you've read Throne of Glass series but have not read this, what have you done with your life? Read this. Do it. And then I read The Invention of Hugo, Cabre by Brian Selznick, which is a story about a kid who lives in the train station running the clocks and is told in both word and picture, like half-half. So this book, which seems ginormous, I think took me 2 hours to read, maybe less. It was so good. Like, poignant, using the limited words and the pictures to make a really beautiful story. And I just, so good. 5 out of 5 stars to this. And then I read Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, which is the sequel to Throne of Glass. And this I gave 5 out of 5 stars because any fault I had in Throne of Glass was not in this. And this just made me feel all the feels. This series is just really good at making me feel the things. I like that Selena isn't dependent on any of the guys. There's no love-struck fawning. But, or at least not on Selena's part. And this book upped the ante in this series. And I'm currently reading Air of Fire. And, whew. Yes, 5 out of 5. And then to continue not reading books one after the other in a series, I read Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, which was adorable and lovely, and I can't say anything more about it because I just feels adorable. I think I gave this 4.5 stars. My one fault was that I have this problem in cutesy contemporary books where for that short period of time where you just got all the angst and you're like, so much angst, it resolves itself and I love it. But for that period of angst, I'm like, just make correct decisions. What are you doing? And I did feel that in this book. That's not a feeling I like so much, but then when you get to the end and everything's happy and cool, I don't mind again. So, this was really fun. I loved the characters. They felt so real and vibrant and and also British accent. And then finally, I read Legend by Marie Lu, which is the first in the Legend trilogy, which is like a retelling of Les Mis in a very vague way. It follows June and Day, and June is like the up-and-coming best soldier ever, and Day is a criminal, and essentially they're facing it off, except not everything is as it seems. Yes. This was good. I didn't love it. I found the pacing to be a bit and it wasn't outstanding in the dystopian world. But I'd be interested to carry on with the series because everyone says Champion is really, really good. So I will probably continue the series, read Prodigy and then Champion just to get the full effect. Because it was good, it just was not great. And this here is my wrap up for the first half of August. I'll probably have another one in a couple of weeks, nearing the end of August, when I'm taking another bunch of books back to the library, but I need to get some more books. So expect to see another haul coming up soon, where I replace my borrowing quota after taking these back with some more books. So yes, I'm calling this month pretty successful, seeing as I have read like 17, 16 books so far in 19 days, and I've got some more graphic novels to read this month, and just, it's going to be a good reading month. I'm going to be really happy. I will post on Twitter or something my total word count for the month. Word count? Book count, Cara. Book count. My total book count for the month. But yeah, I'm really keen on reading at the moment. I did just have a week off uni, because holidays, they just do that to us, give us 4 weeks of class and then we're back on break, which I do not have again till classes are over, so I've got like 8 weeks of full-on classes and then exams, so I don't have like a free week to do mostly reading, but you know, I incorporate reading into my daily life, so we'll make it work. And that is really all for today. You will see me very soon with another book haul or two, because I have some books to show you, plus more library books to get, because it was my birthday the other day, so I've got a bunch of books from friends and that I bought for myself for my birthday, so I'll also be hauling those. So you'll see me a lot with book hauls in the near future, and then hopefully I'll do some tags and stuff, so you will be seeing a lot of me. Okay, bye!